So we are now moving into the mecha combat rules from Lancer, at least as much of them as I can manage to keep inside my head at once with my many, many concussions I've had over the years. And we are going to see how this one shakes out.
That Canadian Football League career really was ill-advised.
I know, but I couldn't help it. Yeah, the dog agrees.
Dog.
Is somebody...
I had to shut my cat out from this one because I knew the fans would not appreciate the sound of my cat screaming at me for not paying attention to him for 3 hours straight.
Oh, they might appreciate it. Who knows?
I mean, I can let him in.
That's enough. Leave it. Leave it. Good boy. All right. The first thing I'm going to do is remind myself how it works. Well, you decide what your characters want to do. I'll say that we're, in terms of who's going first between you and the ALMs, I'll say that they have just finished up destroying those turrets, and you have just gotten into your mechs. So, unless there's a rule, which I don't think there is.
Why are there 5 mechs still? Didn't one explode?
Yeah. Hold on a minute. Someone's knocking on my door.
Borf, borf!
I assume the dog's going crazy because Y Caliber has been swatted.
Oh, one can only hope. For charity!
God, that would be... See, there's the idea for sociopaths listening, is next year just see how many extra life gamers you can swat in one day.
A couple years ago, it all got DDoSed right at the start, actually.
Sorry about that. There's actually someone just walking past my door, and the dog freaked out. Because how dare they?
Oh, the dog has a point.
Yeah, can't disagree with that. Now, page 59 is mech combat, for anyone who wants to join me in the book there.
Pass.
So, do death, yeah, okay. Critical damage. Yeah, when you get to 0, you don't immediately die. So that's handy. You go into a critical state, and there's a critical damage chart further down in the book. Just gonna put a bookmark in here because the bookmarks have all disappeared.
For movements, can you go diagonally or just
Diagonal counts as 2 squares.
Okay. Oh, darn.
Alright, so for a turn in mech combat, obviously turns are broken down into rounds. You know, all of you have done tabletop before, so you know how the basics of that work. And on the turn, you can perform 1 movement, 1 interaction, and 1 action. And you can do free actions like chatting with each other. As long as you keep your suits close enough to each other, your radios are strong enough to go through the maxillin particle interference. Also, you have laser communications where your suits aim lasers at each other to communicate that way. That's one of the ways people keep in touch in this system, or in this world. Alright, so you can move up to your full movement speed, which is the speed stat of your mech. You can interact with an object, one of your own systems, physically with another player or an NPC or the environment. You can take an action in addition to that, such as an offensive or defensive action, like an attack or trying to hack into someone's system, or anything that says action, then that's an action. You can choose to overcharge at the end of your turn. You take heat damage, and then you can take an additional action based on how much damage you take. You cannot overcharge to boost, though. They've errated that.
Dang it.
Yeah, apparently that was causing a lot of issues.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, you can no longer overcharge to boost. And a round is about 6 seconds of time. I don't think any of you fly or hover right now.
I can hover.
Oh, okay, good. So if you hover, that means you can ignore a lot of difficult terrain.
Like if I'd blown up the middle of the roof.
Yeah, that could have been an issue. So when you attack, I believe you can attack with multiple weapons at once. Take penalties depending on the type of weapon and how many weapons you have. So for example, you make the roll against the target, depending on whether it's melee or range. For a ranged attack, if it's within the range of your weapon and they're not in total cover, you can add 1d20 plus your aim, and then that is versus the target's evasion stat. Ranged combat, when you're right next to somebody, is harder. If they're in cover, they get difficulty added to your attacks on them, and so on. Melee attack, if the target is in your reach, then you roll 1d20 plus your melee attack versus the target's evasion, and your base melee is your hull modifier. And melee attacks ignore cover except for total cover. So let's just get into it. And if they're... Oh, sorry. The last thing I want to go over. After your main attack resolves with your main weapon, you can then attack with any of your other systems as secondary attacks. So, for example, if you have a built-in weapon and then you're holding 2 weapons, you can make 3 attacks in that turn. If you have an auxiliary weapon, the weapon's tagged as auxiliary, you don't take a penalty for attacking with it. If you attack with a main weapon after you've already attacked with a main weapon, you get +1 difficulty. And if your weapon is heavy or super heavy, it's +2 difficulty. And I don't know if that's clear or not, but let's give it a shot. So, I'm just going to flip a coin here. I'll roll a d2, as it were. And on a 1, you go first, and on a 2, they go first.
This is very Two-Face of you.
Okay, your team goes first.
Yay!
Team Hero.
I think hero might be stretching it a bit.
Team
You
protagonist.
are the heroes. Yeah, you're the heroes of your own story, right? So what do you want to do? We'll say each square is like, I think each square is supposed to be 5 meters. Or 5 range bands. 5 range increments.
Start off by ordering the other 2 to cover me, because what I'm going to do with my mines, I have these proximity mines I can stick on stuff, and I want to put them so that if these guys try to fly in and defend the golf balls, they will blow them up.
Ooh.
Okay, you've got enough movement, so just move the Garfield over to that one. And your interact action is just putting mines on it?
And then telling the other guys, try not to fly near this one.
Okay. So you are setting about mining that. What do the rest of you want to do?
All right. I'm gonna. So my movement's 8, so I can do 8 squares.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't move around my mech though. The mech icon. Anyway, I'm gonna move up a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I move up 6 and left 2?
Yeah.
Alright, it's just not letting me move mine.
Oh, sorry. Hold on a moment. I put the wrong person controlling your mech.
It's
There you go.
fine.
You
I
should be
trust
able-
whoever it is. There we go.
You should be able to move it now.
Have a good night, Katie. Thanks for sticking around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. And then with my action, I'm going to boost. 1, 2, 3. And can I like hide behind this?
Yeah, you are behind it.
All right.
You can also, like, puncture it or stab it or blow it up.
No, I'm going to try to get them to do that for me.
Okay.
And when I boost, I have this lovely thing, this 2-for-1, where... let me just track down the exact wording here. Okay, so Lancer, when you take the boost action, you can make a single free melee attack after your boost finishes against a target within reach with +1 accuracy. And then Skirmisher, when you take the boost action before or after, you can attack... Oh, only with an auxiliary weapon, though. It's a free action. Okay, so that wouldn't be either of my weapons, then.
Not unless you have an auxiliary, no.
Okay. Well, that's my fault for not reading carefully. All right, then I'm going to... I'm just going to hide behind here for now.
Okay. You are now hidden behind the big golf ball full of particles.
Okay.
Kane. John?
He moved. Also, might be muted.
Did you mute yourself, John? You're muted in Discord. The little microphone icon.
That's funny. I double muted myself. So I was like, I fixed it, and you were like, no, you haven't. So my guy's going to move down here, which hopefully is providing him cover, because he doesn't want to go toe-to-toe with these things, because they're terrifying.
Yeah, the way that you are, if you're putting the switch over there on the left side of it, then they can see you. If you put it over on the right side of it, then you will currently have, at least from their angle, partial light cover.
Light cover. So here.
Yeah, we'll say you're just behind it, so they can barely see you.
Yeah, but I'm poking out because I wanna use my sensors to try and lock on to one of the scouts.
Okay, are they within your sensor range?
Sensor range is 16, so...
All right.
Is it a radius or a cube? What do you think?
We'll just say it's 16 squares. Whatever, you can see them. It's fine. Which one do you want to lock onto? One of the scouts? You would have more difficulty locking onto the commander because it's behind the scouts.
Yeah, I think we'll do one of the scouts, the one that's on the bottom, just because that's easy.
Okay, you are locked on. I will put a little icon that shows that. Here is a heart inside of a chain circle.
I think we have to contest something.
What's that?
I have to roll my systems against their electronic defense score.
Okay. Their electronic defense score is 11.
All right. Cool. All right. So that's 13 plus 1, so that'll do it.
Yeah, okay. So
Locked on.
in order to lock on, you make a systems modifier versus E-defense attack against a target in your sensor range. Roll d20, add your system modifier defense, blah, blah. The targets are not in cover, so no difficulty. And there you go. You are now locked onto that target.
And can I use my interact action to interact with my drones and send them out there to start shooting that guy?
Yeah, you can activate your drone crash, or what was it called? Drone nexus.
Nice.
And
So I'm
you
going
have
to
2 of those.
activate both of those and send them out to swarm this jerk.
Okay, so you've got drones out there flying. What do your drones look like?
What do they look like?
Bees from
I'm
the
gonna
Wicker
imagine
Man.
I imagine them as like little like quadcopters with laser beams on the front. They zip around.
So 2 of those, 2 drones zip out and they head over to start harassing that scout down there.
Yeah. So they do 1d3 damage each.
At the end of the round, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so they're on their way, and you are in partial cover. The Garfield, is the Garfield behind or next to the golf ball thing here?
It is behind.
Okay.
I basically just walked over as lazily as possible from the part of the roof I was on.
All right. So we will say that you have, from this angle, you have total cover. They can't see you unless they move. And then geode from the current angle, you also have total cover at the moment.
Okay.
So it's their turn now. The scout team, they act as one, but there are still 3 of them left alive, so they get 3 attacks. Or 3 actions, rather. They've seen you moving, and they know what you're doing, so they're not thrilled about it. So this scout, let's see, what's their movement again? 6. Alright, the North Scout can now see you. You have partial cover against it. And it is going to make an attack against you with its PBR light rifle. So what's your evasion score? Geode. What is the Geode's evasion score?
Just give me 1 sec, tracking it down.
Is it higher than 18?
No, probably not. Evasion is 15.
Okay. You are hit. And you take 4 damage.
False, I take 3 damage.
I was just about to ask, do you have armor?
Yeah.
All right, and you also take... Whoops, I put in the wrong syntax there. Ignore whatever's about to come up.
I accept.
You take 2 heat as the Alm Scout raises its fearsome PBR light and uncorks it at you, and a beam of orange particles streaks through the sky, slamming into your shoulder. And the heat from those particles in this first attack causes damage to your systems. You take 2 heat damage.
Okay. How do I mark those on the phone flag? Oh wait, I got it. I got it.
That's the red one is heat.
Yep.
Okay, good. And the green one's hit points. Good. All right, the middle scout. Let's see. 2, 3, 6. Okay, middle scout now has a partial view of the Garfield and makes an attack on it.
Hey, didn't my cover get me any evasion bonuses?
You are right. 1 moment. We'll see if this will take it down below your evasion. Would 15 still hit your evasion?
My evasion is 15.
Okay, so it would still hit you.
Okay.
Alright, so the Alm Scout... 20 minus 1d6 because you're in cover. And it fires, and... Oof! It rolled a 1, and then it had a difficulty die. The difficulty die was 3, so it subtracts 3 from that, giving it -2. Its gun explodes.
Repairs my unit.
So this scout, it goes to fire its PBR light, but it did not properly insert its P-cap, so that reaction causes the PBR light to explode. Doesn't damage the mech, but it does lose its main rifle.
Later, I take credit for this as a tactical victory.
Nice. Solid leadership yet again.
And the third Alm Scout goes to back up that one, because that one now has no weapon. And the Alm Command, same speed, and let's see. Micro missiles, 15, Bastion. Comes down here and is scanning. That's all it's doing at the moment. Oh, sorry. It's in Overwatch, essentially. So it's got its gun ready, it's got its missiles ready. It is watching you to see what you do. And that's the end of the round, so I believe you roll... Kane rolls 2d3.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we do. And what type of damage do your drones do? You get to choose because of your stuff.
Let's see. So their options are. I think they're gonna do energy damage.
Okay, so there's little beams blasting at them, little lasers, and it is harassing that scout, and it takes 2 damage.
Barely harassing.
I mean, that's 2 free damage. Okay, we come back to the top of the round. It's your guys' turn again.
Quick question about auxiliary weapons.
Uh-huh.
So those are like smoke grenades and that sort of thing, then?
Smoke grenades are a system, I'm
Okay.
fairly sure.
What are auxiliary weapons? I could just search the Lancer document and I couldn't find anything labeled that way.
Auxiliary weapons are things like pistols, knives. They're smaller handheld weapons, usually.
Okay.
Most of the auxiliary weapons do stuff like 1d3 damage.
Okay, cool.
If you want to, if you have an EP, they only cost 1 EP. We can just say that you have one.
I might ask to do that just because I built around a certain thing.
Okay, if you want a knife, I know the knife just costs 1 EP and does 1d3 damage.
All right, maybe I'll drop one thing to free up an EP because I have some systems I don't care that much about.
Okay. Just let me know if that's what you want to do.
Okay.
And do you want to let the others go first while you think about that?
Yeah, go for it, and I'll catch up.
Okay. So you can clearly see these scouts. These ones over here, they have partial cover against Kane. Just this one, the one that's got the heart on it, has partial cover against Garfield. And the last one up here doesn't have cover against anyone. And the Alm Command has partial cover against everyone right now behind that building. So what do you want to do?
Is it my turn or what?
Either one of you can go.
I'm going to try to the geode is fulfilling 2 goals. One, I want to also try to mine that golf ball to leave Kane alone and undefended.
All right. So you're going to move?
I don't know if
Yeah. So you would move. You get a move action.
I'm just here and hopefully not getting blasted in the face as I head over.
Okay. You do get shot at by the Alm Command that was on Overwatch, because it can still see you, but you have cover, so it will take a difficulty die. And we'll see if that hits your evasion. Does 13 hit your evasion?
It's evasion on the sheet. Is that
It is.
agility plus the
your
evasion
agility.
modifier? Okay,
It's
yeah,
just
that's
the agility total.
that hits me. My agility's 10, so yeah, that hits me.
Okay. So it will do
Good.
some damage to you. Three damage you take to the Garfield as it scores a glancing hit on you with its larger, more imposing looking beam rifle.
Jealous of that guy.
The
Is that
whole
the green circle?
satrapy- The green circle's hit points, yeah. The whole satrapy is jealous of these guns.
Were you flexing when you said that?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right, can I drop stable structure and then just say I have a pistol?
Yep.
Okay.
My action, I got shot. Does that stop me from doing an interaction afterwards?
No.
Okay, so I'm also gonna mine the hell out of this golf ball too.
Okay. And that still leaves you with an action if you want to attack. Those two in the middle have no cover against you. You cannot see the north one, and the command has partial cover.
Since I can do that, and I am going to make them aware of my gun that you named.
Sorry,
And
you
I'm
cut
just-
out there?
The First Amendment, my pistol that you named. I am going to fire at the one with the heart.
Okay, so roll your d20 plus your aim stat.
Where's aim?
That's a very good
okay,
question.
0. Yeah, no, it's up in the top bar.
Ah, yeah.
0, so just 1d20. All right, fuck you, robot.
Nice.
All right, you hit. So roll your damage, 1d3. And which one of them are you shooting at, just for flavor's sake?
Icon on it.
Sorry?
Little heart icon on it.
Oh, okay. The one being attacked by drones.
And so what am I doing? 1d6 minus 3 to...
Just roll 1d3.
Okay.
The system will do it. In real life, we'd handle it by 1, 2 being 1, 2, and 5, 6 being
Using the dice roller buttons like a tiny baby.
Okay, so it takes 3 damage. And explodes.
For the heart icon on it.
And you can attack with your other pistol, because it's an auxiliary weapon, at no penalty.
Okay, then I shoot the other one as well.
Okay, make your roll.
I try to John Woo it without setting off the proximity mines.
Okay, you hit. What's the name of your other pistol?
Going to be... They're 3.
Dang.
All right, good shooting.
This is the only reason it's worth keeping this guy around is, but when it comes time to shoot guns at things, he's okay at it.
All right, so you fire on those 2 scouts with the First and Second Amendment, and they are both destroyed by your might.
I love that the First Amendment's also a gun.
That's the
After
joke.
shoot
JPEG.
both of them, I basically radio or whatever Kane and be like, yeah, time to pull your weight now.
All right.
Okay.
So Kane is going to go here. Would that give him? Would that take the ALM commander out of light cover? Still give him cover?
There's still the turrets between you and him, so they would still you still have cover to each other, light cover.
All right. Well, I'll try it with. I'll try it from cover then. I'm gonna try and invade his systems, which sounds dirty, but it's not.
All right, so his E defense for the command.
E defense.
His
Now,
is
can
12.
we still use our fields and traits to try and give ourselves advantages in combat?
Yes, you can.
All right. I'd like to use my awesome electronics, AI skills, and my intelligence to make this the best possible hack that I've ever made.
Okay. There's no AI in that mech, so the
Okay.
AI field isn't useful there, but electronics for sure. And
Nice.
you can use your intelligent trait if you want, and that would give you plus 2d6 advantage.
So that's so with them being in light cover, that's 1d6, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Yeah.
Okay, so you make it. They are now, I believe, exposed is the term
Yeah.
for electronic warfare. All right, excellent. So that's your round basically, unless you're going to interact with something.
Yeah, I think I'll I think that's it.
All right. Geode,
All right.
piloted by Richard.
Yep. I'm ready to roll. Okay, I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm gonna boost. And what I've got lets me fire an auxiliary weapon. So that'll be a pistol.
Yep.
And then I can melee when I get there. So 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, boom. So a pistol on the way.
That thing is not actually an enemy. Sorry, that's just my hit point counter
Oh, okay.
for the grunts.
Okay,
the
well, then
only-
I'm going for this guy.
It's the enemy there.
I'll give him the double team then.
Sorry about the confusion there. It's got a hit point pool for the scouts because they're grunts.
Right, okay. Well, I'm charging him, and melee on the way, or sorry, melee when I arrive, and then the
Pistol on the way.
sights while I go on the way.
All right, give it a shot.
All right, just double checking. Yeah, okay, so it's just a normal attack for the pistol.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, because you're not
Dang.
in range. Okay.
Rigged.
You fire your pistol, but you realize that for some inexplicable reason, the engineers installed a giant robot-sized safety on it, and you forgot to turn it off.
Oh, when I successfully invaded that commander, they also do take a little bit of heat damage
Oh, okay. How
from their
much?
systems overheating. They take 1.
Nice. Alright, I'm going to switch to my melee attack, which now has a +1 accuracy bonus.
Nice.
Alright, 11, and that's a 1d6. So 5 damage.
Okay. So their, let's see, just check here. Their evasion is 11. You hit that, so they, how much? 5 damage?
Yep.
All right, describe how you destroy this thing.
Alright, well, I'm rocketing in towards it, and I'm ready to unload my pistol on the way across as my mech blazes forwards. Hear a couple empty clicks, and realize that's not going to work out, so pull out the old energy lance and stab it. Oh, we're going to say right in the chest. And plow it into the ground with that.
All right. It slumps to the ground, defeated. The pilot is definitely dead.
That's 2.
Okay, so just the command, the Alm command is left on their own.
Thinking like,
but
oh my
it
god,
is-
these guys are so competent.
If you could hear their radio chatter, it would be like things like, "They're coming from everywhere. We've got custom mobile suits. What's going on?
Enemy
Oh no! Ah!" All that stuff. They were not prepared for this. So the ALM command sees the geode pop out of cover and opens fire with its PBR, its main rifle.
Okay.
Let's see if it hits. It
My
does
evasion
not.
is 15.
It fires at you. You take no damage. It begins attempting to fire with its backup weapon, its micro missiles.
Which sound worse than its primary.
They sound worse, but they aren't.
They're really micro.
Yeah, I mean they're micro and they're missiles, and like they're a dumb system. They're not. You can't really have heat-seeking or tracking weapons in this environment because they wouldn't work.
Alright.
So it's just firing little missiles at you.
I'm going to say
as
Roman
opposed
candles.
Yeah, as opposed to a giant, highly advanced particle beam rifle. Now, normally it gets 1 accuracy with these micro missiles, but this is a main launcher, so it takes a difficulty and that offsets it. So it's just a d20 that it is rolling. Okay, and your evasion is
15.
10.
You sure?
Is evasion agility plus speed?
It's how it auto-populated on this.
All right, let me check here. If that is the case, then let's see. It probably is. I just want to double check before I make any
Well, how did my agility
more
get to be as high
dumb
as
choices.
15?
Sorry, we've come to a grinding halt as I look up a rule. My nemesis.
Rules.
My nemesis as a GM is having to stop to look up rules.
Know about the
Okay.
viewers, but I forgive you.
What the heck? Where do I even find this? Attack? Nope.
The field appears to
Actions,
auto-populate.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. I just want to make sure that I'm looking at it correctly so that I don't mess up, which means that my dudes would have higher evasion also. A mech's total agility equals their evasion.
Okay, and how is agility calculated? Or evasion calculated?
Let's find out.
You know, I'm getting...
What's that?
Oh, I'm just taking a look at the PDF and how it autofills this.
So the difference in agility score from 10 equals your mech's modifier.
Yeah.
Checks.
My agility score is 10 in this mech.
Yeah.
But it says 15 down. Oh, that's in the hard suit, that's why. It's the
Yeah.
hard suit. Okay, so it's just 10.
Okay. All right. So you got hit then.
All right.
Ugh. Dice. Oh, that's the missiles it hit you with. So you got hit with a very minor amount of damage. 2 damage, and that's 1 because you took you.
Because I got my armor.
Obviously, yeah, you got your armor, and then it says "screw it," and it charges at you.
Ooh. Is it overheating to do this then? Or overloading?
It hasn't moved yet this turn.
Oh, okay.
So that's its movement, is to go over there and make its final attack with an auxiliary weapon, which is just, it pulls out what looks like just a cylinder, but then an orange beam comes out of the cylinder.
This is Gundam.
It's more like a beam knife than a beam saber, but it is still a scary thing, and we'll see if it hits you with that thing. It does.
Well, isn't there a penalty when we're both fighting in melee?
If you are shooting into melee, I believe.
Okay.
Is there difficulty automatically in melee?
I thought there was, because there's a talent that negates it.
Okay, so we'll roll a difficulty die.
I'm still probably going to get hit because it rolled a 19, but...
Yeah, you gotta do what's necessary. And 17, does that still hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Take 3 damage. Oh, sorry.
that's alright. It's really just 2.
And you also take 1 heat damage as the pick jabs into you after first igniting. Okay, so that's the Alm Command's turn. Probably its last, but it wanted to go out in a blaze of glory. So end of round actions. Anyone have an end of round action?
Nope.
Okay. The Alm
I
Command.
I just yell at the geode for being stabbed.
The Alm Command automatically missile as an end of round action, and that's it. So it's back to you 3. And I'm just going to go figure out why my dog is being really annoying right now. But I'll be back in a minute.
Alright. Who wants to go first?
It's expended a lot of energy screaming at Richard, so I need a second to recharge.
Alright. I have hover jets on mine, so I think that's what I'm going to do with my turn. Is try flying Actually, no, I think you have to land. You can't hover. This is a flight system. Never mind then.
You have 2 of the golf balls rigged to blow, so we really just need to bird one.
And that's the farthest one down, right?
The cane's hanging out near.
All right.
Yeah, is our objective to blow up the golf balls, or that?
Yeah, that's the main objective.
Yeah, we got to stop them from reloading those guns, right?
Yes.
Well, maybe what we'll do then is I'll go last, and then if you guys finish them off, I'll just take care of this last golf ball.
Mm-hmm. What do we got?
Okay, I'm back.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna go first in this case.
All right.
So when you attack, you can just use both weapons that you've got, right? If you're carrying 2.
Yep.
Okay. And do I have to, like, I can't split that at all. Like, I would have to do all my attacks at once. I couldn't, like, attack, then move back, then attack with a ranged.
Yeah, and when you move out of range, they get an attack of.
Okay. Then what I'm gonna do is, can I, like, boost tackle him? Would that be fair game?
Yeah, why not?
I can smash into him. All right. So I'm gonna.
There's a ram attack specifically for that.
Oh yeah. Let me just check the sheet. Where are we?
I think it's just a hull check.
Okay. Yeah. Attempt to knock down or knock back your target is all it has written down there.
Yeah.
But is that? That would be instead of an attack?
You perform a melee attack versus evasion against target within your reach. It's the same size of you, so no change. Target stun while light shut down. No. It just knocks them over.
All right.
If you want to do damage, then you would do a unarmed.
All right. I'm just gonna use my normal boost then.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna just boost and, like, sort of grind up against him a little bit, and that gives me the free pistol shot, and then the bonus or the accuracy bonus to the melee. So we took the quick pistol shot, open sights as we move.
And when you move, they do get to attack you.
Well, okay, but I mean, I'm just doing the boost to, like, trigger that, so I'm just kind of imagining not actually, like, moving around the map significantly.
The boost does require you to move, though.
You have to?
Yeah. It's like a charge from D&D.
Alright. Well, in that case, I'll just melee him. And then throw down a smoke grenade.
Okay.
Ah. What's his evade?
I think his evade is... Yeah, his evade is... 10.
Alright. I'm going to overheat and do it again. Or overload and do it again.
Okay. You could also just attack and take a difficulty with your other weapon or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you're using your other weapon, if it's an auxiliary weapon, you attack with no extra difficulty. A main weapon is 1 difficulty.
Okay, we'll just attack with my auxiliary weapon then.
Okay.
Do I have to stick with the same roll?
No.
Alright. Okay, I also miss with the pistol.
Okay. Do you have traits that could help you with this, maybe?
Let me check. I mean, I have skirmisher, don't I? Or did I drop that? Yeah, I have skirmisher and lancer. I mean, so both of those are combat-ish. But I didn't do the boost, which would give me the bonuses on both of those actual talents. And then the traits, reckless is kind of suppressed, so I feel like that one would be bogus.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do on your turn? Smoke grenade, you said.
No, I'm going to pass on that because that's going to make it harder for them to shoot them.
Okay.
So we're just locked in a battle of life and death.
Yes, you're each feinting at each other. You're poking at him with your lance. He's trying to get you knife fight style with his beam pick. And Cloud and Kane, what do you want to do? I believe you take extra difficulty for firing into melee, but I'll check on that while you're thinking about what you want to do.
I'm okay if they hit me.
What I'd like to do is use my move action to come up behind and just try to shoot him execution style with the First Amendment.
Is there a flanking bonus in this game?
No, you take a difficulty for firing from melee range. But yeah, you can do that.
I can live with that.
Even on a
So
pistol?
roll your. Yep, any ranged weapon in melee range, you take a difficulty. Because targets count as being in partial cover when you're fighting directly with them, is the rationale behind that in the book.
Well, I guess, but he's fighting with me.
But you're in melee range. Like, if you want to be one square back, you take no penalty. But if you want to go up and do execution style, then you take a penalty. As guns are
Risk the
designed
penalty
for-
just to look cool. Like
Alright,
I
go
feel,
for
I
it.
feel like doing the sensible thing is not what this character is about.
Has not been so far.
There we go. We got an 11.
All right, that hits. Did you roll your difficulty die?
No, I did not.
Okay. With the difficulty die, unless you roll a 1, you probably won't hit.
What was the total?
It's D6.
It's one d20 and then a d6. Okay.
Yeah.
Just confused the shit out of me.
Okay, so at an 8, you do not hit him. You're about to, but in the titanic struggle taking place between the Geode and the Alm Command, at the exact moment you fire the gun, they sort of jerk to the left, and you're shot.
Scream into the radio. God damn it, Richard.
Do you want to attack with your other gun?
Of course. And that's same roll.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's actually do that. So it's 1d20 and then a d6 to take it out of it.
You can do /roll 1d20 minus 1d6.
Sweet. Okay. So 17 minus 2, 15.
All right, you hit. Roll your damage.
Roll d6. D3.
Okay.
But either way, it's a 1, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. You do a damage to it.
Right. As I do that single damage, I'm radioing Richard like, I could have killed this guy by now if you weren't hot dogging around.
All right. Anything else you want to do? You still have one more weapon if you want to fire that, because it's integrated.
Oh, I'm not going to fire the other weapon. I'm just going to silently say a prayer that Kane has been cornered by the enemy by now.
Kane, you're all the way over there.
All the way over here.
You do have a gun that can shoot that far.
Yep. Is that white building's kind of in between us, though, right?
We can say that you move over there, but they will still have partial cover from being behind the Garfield
So I
and
think
being
what I'll
in
do,
melee.
I'm gonna go. If I can hop on top of it here.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna try and hack him from there.
Okay.
Do invasion.
All right, what are you going to invade? I can tell you about his systems. He's got his main rifle, his micro missiles, and his beam pick. Those are his weapons.
Are any of them smart? Do any of them have the smart tag?
He doesn't have any smart systems.
Oh, that's too bad.
He has the loader system that reloads all his weapons at the end of a turn.
Ooh. Yeah. Let's turn that off.
And the only loading weapon he has is the micro missile, currently loaded. So I'm just telling you as an out-of-character thing that's not the best
All right,
option.
fair enough.
Like,
And
if you want
as
to try
a
and-
from the first invasion, Kane would have access to all this information anyway.
Mhm.
I think he's going to go and try and turn off the PBR.
Okay.
So that'll be a same thing, contesting with their E defense.
Okay.
But it'll have 1 difficulty because it's not a smart system. But I'll use my awesome electronics and intelligence again. So here we go. Yeah.
All right. You do it. His PBR powers down. He looks down in astonishment as his display for that weapon goes dark and
So no
displays an
First
error.
Amendment.
And you said, yeah, so he'll take 1d3 heat damage again.
Okay.
There we go. And that's it.
All right. That's the end of the round. Oh no, it's the command's turn. So it drops its PBR and grabs the hilt of its beam pick with its other hand to try and give it some more leverage in its battle against the geode, and attacks you with it.
It can attack other people, right?
It can, but he's locked in mortal combat with you.
That's fine. I deserve this.
I believe that hits your evasion.
Yeah, I take 1 damage from that one.
Let me roll. No, you don't take any more heat damage. That was just the one. The first time it activates. But you do take 3 damage from the beam pick as it carves into...
What was the 1d3? Oh, never mind. That was... Okay. So I take 2 damage then.
Yeah. Mech, the pick carves into alarmingly close to your cockpit.
Okay, and red lights begin to flash, and warning klaxons hammer my senses, overwhelming them.
All right,
I
we're
also
back to the
have
top.
a customization, though.
Yeah?
All right, we're going with this. So I have a customization on my mech to help my mental state when I'm under duress because I have a large library of music available.
Mm-hmm.
So I start putting on Ave Maria to calm down.
Very calming song. All right, so it's back to your turn, team quote-unquote hero.
All right, there we go. Just had to get Ave Maria playing for the chat.
Okay, so what's the situation with the commander?
He's
How are he and the geode positioned?
They are facing each other like knife fight style, which puts Richard at a bit of a disadvantage because he's fighting with a lance, I think.
Yep.
So they're like up close and personal, fighting, each trying to get in hits. It looks like the command has the upper hand.
Well,
Like they're
that's
circling
really a matter of opinion.
Like they're circling each other, and it looks sort of like a brutal in close combat that they're having, and then the two of you are kind of standing there.
What I would like to do is continue my current idiot. As the command is looms over Richard. I would like to use my martial arts skill. I would like to use my martial arts skill to try to come up behind the command unit, use the knife that I have in my equipment, the robot's throat, as if that will do anything to it.
All right. Let me just pull up martial arts here.
Straight up, like, disconnect the head, but...
I mean, I'm sure it will do. I'm sure it will do something. So if you attack with at least 2 main or auxiliary melee weapons and +1 ac, you've only got 1 melee weapon, so that does nothing. But you are using your martial arts to try and attack it, so make your melee attack roll. It's d20 plus your, what is it?
20. Martial artist?
No, it's martial artist gives you access to a skill that's useless to you because you don't have the equipment. So that's more of a flavor thing. But, what's the melee attack? What do you add on for? It's d20 plus melee? Right, so d20 plus melee for you, that's d20 plus 1.
Alright.
Okay, so you reach your knife around and attempt to slit the Alm Command's throat, and it just sort of, it skitters across the armor there.
I'd have, like, cut my own robot's hand. Like, not in a particularly damaging way, but just a really embarrassing one.
You tried to do a little flip of your knife when you drew it, and it just...
It's a butterfly knife,
no,
it's too hard to do in a mech.
I reached around to try and slit the guy's throat while holding his neck.
Right.
Like, just poked myself right in the palm.
Do you want to use your other auxiliary, or are you good for now?
In anger and embarrassment, I just start, like, screaming swears.
Okay. You can still shoot it with one of your pistols. Sorry, what were you saying?
Screaming at Richard to get it done.
Right. Obviously. Kane, what do you want to do?
Alright, I think we're going to hack him again.
Okay.
But this time we're going to try and inflict the impaired condition on them.
Okay.
So, same roll as I guess the last few times. There we go.
Okay, yeah, that gets in. No
They are impaired. So they have +1 difficulty on all actions, attacks, and skill checks.
All right. Anything else you want to do this turn, or is that your...
And being a huge... Well, no. No, I think we'll just stay up there. He's pretty focused on the other guys, so I'm not really afraid right now.
Okay. And Richard, did you take your turn? I can't.
I have
haven't taken
not.
your turn yet.
We haven't
Okay.
done much damage to this guy. All right. I am going to... All right. I have hover jets, which allow me to fly.
Yeah?
Can I use them to move straight up? So if I do a boost, I can move with them. Can I do that to move straight up? And then, like, smash down on him?
Yeah, anytime that you move out of his threatened range,
Yep.
he gets an attack on you, but you can do that.
But only with his 1d3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay.
So realizing that the struggle isn't going super well from some points of view, not mine or anyone else's, but maybe his, having all of us missed all of our attacks.
He misses you entirely with
Nice.
his strike when you
Alright.
escape.
So activate the jets, rise up, and then smash down on him, and then doing the boost action, fire my pistol and and then hammer them with the lance on the way back down with +1 to the lance.
All right. Go
All
for
right.
it.
So, miss with the pistol. Not gonna lie, my first time holding one.
Yes. You remember the safety, and
Still did not
that
turn
you
it
didn't
off.
did not actually turn it off after you noticed it.
It
Reading
like,
a lot
it
of
like
those,
keeps flicking
combat
back into the
manuals.
position. All right.
About training with these weapons. You just
One sec. I've failed every single roll with this macro. Looking back on it. Oh no, I passed one. All right.
As his commanding officer, I blame Cloud for a lack of training.
Does he have the difficulty thing still going on
Yep.
for his melee defense?
No, the difficulty is for any action he takes.
Okay. So I can't add on to my melee attack?
Unfortunately not.
Well,
but-
shucks.
You know, I will say this is a cool scene, and if you just sort of completely miss him, it's not very interesting. So I want you to roll an advantage die.
All right. I'm typing this one. 1d6. Come on, 3 or higher. Fuck.
It's a good effort that you make. It looks very Final Fantasy Dragoon style, but it's just the issue isn't your skill. The issue is that the pilot of this thing is really, really good, which is why he's in an Alm command and not a regular Alm. So he's able to twist just so that your lance scrapes the paint off of its chest as it slams into the ground, thunderously, sending cracks out in every direction. But it does avoid death for now, and I did not think it was going to take this long.
I remember
to finish
2
this
turns
fight.
ago you were like, this is his last turn.
Yeah, I was so sure. I was so sure he was going to die. But it's his turn again. And he reverses his grip on the beam pick and stabs it backwards at the person who just tried to slit his robot's throat,
Oh, thank goodness.
as if attempting to swat away a gnat.
All right, wait is my final action. I'm going to switch to 2 unlimited. Going with Ave Maria didn't calm me down, so I'm going to try to get into the zone. To 1990s techno band, 2 unlimited.
Good idea.
Thank God that in the distant future, 2 Unlimited has survived.
Hey, the CDs didn't get wiped. We still have Much Dance 93.
Okay, so you are struck by the beam pick, which is proving to be perhaps the deadliest weapon on the field.
Lethal weapon in the galaxy here.
I should have left him with the beam rifle and just taken out that stupid pick.
There's still time. You take 2 damage as he digs the beam pick into the side of your mech's head.
That's just a great visual.
Especially after the failed throat slit.
Anyway, so yep, I'm at 8 hit points now.
Okay, so it's that's the end of the round, so it's back to you 3 again. Hopefully you can kill this one man.
From his position up on the building, Kane just lets out like a huge sigh. And he pulls out his giant sniper rifle and shoots the guy, the jerk.
Alright, give it a shot.
Ah, shot. Is 10 gonna do it?
Yeah, that does it exactly.
Nice.
You just killed him in 1 shot?
No, that's the to hit.
Oh, okay. Not that I'm upset by this.
Well, we did 10 damage too, so.
Yeah, so you did kill him in 1 shot.
Yeah!
So how does that work?
All this stupid hacking, and Kane missed his calling as just like a marksman.
So what does this look like?
It's getting written up as the beam pick must have overloaded and killed him.
I imagine this guy's just like whirling around, just demolishing you two robots with his one little stupid like mining pick that he has.
Yeah.
And then just giant bolt of energy just comes out of nowhere and melts off his like head.
Okay.
A real act of God. We have no idea of knowing. we can't figure out how this happened.
So with the head exploded, it falls, and the mech falls on its side, and as it does, something ejects out of it and flies off into the sky. You see it land on the rooftop, and it hops into the last remaining fighter and flies away.
Can I fire my battle rifle too?
You can, but this guy is now an adversary.
Oh, well, there you go.
Quite the performance he put on, so I don't think he deserves to die.
For my money, that's exactly why I want to kill him.
In the future, he will become an ace pilot.
Just so no one can
as,
tell the tale of your incompetence.
An ace
Has
pilot.
now become a serial killer. We've established that.
Yeah.
He just wants to feel alive.
Will be known as the Orange Thunder.
Wants to feel the intimacy of taking another's life.
Okay, so you have cleared out the last defenders of this base. It's time to clear out this base, as it were. And you don't have to make any rolls for that. I mean, you planted mines and you have guns. So how do your giant robots rampage through and destroy this base?
I'm actually going to say I walk away and sulk while the other two get busy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Punishment.
So
I make Kane do it all.
Kane loads his sniper rifle and with 3 perfect shots just like punctures each of the 3 giant golf balls.
All right.
And then
so
he robot winks down at the other 2.
All right, good work. You do also have to destroy the building, because that's where the processing factory and the spare P-clips and all that are.
I use my demolitions skill. And
Okay.
with all the spilling material, rig it up with some of the leftover explosives from all the mechs lying around. And as we stomp off into the night, detonate them all and blow the whole place sky high.
Nice work.
And we don't even turn around and look, right?
That's right.
So I believe because
Actually,
there's
already left by the time the building starts exploding. That it's done. That I have begun flying away.
so as that is happening, you have a bit of time if you need to do some quick repairs. I'm trying to remember how that works in this system. I think it's the repair
number is
rate.
just written on your sheet.
Yeah, the
It's
repair rate
auto-calculated.
is how much you can repair during that time, unless you have a talent that proves that. Which I don't think anyone does at the moment. So whatever your repair rate is, add that to your hit points.
Back up to 11.
And I could repair twice if I want to, right?
Yeah,
All right.
that's part of your grease monkey thing.
Yep.
You might need it.
Yeah. I'm going to repair twice, and that puts me at 11.
Okay.
No, you know what? 3 times. Back at 13.
So there's that discarded PBR just lying there. If someone wants to take it, you could have it as an asset for the remainder of the mission.
We can't... how strong is it?
The PBR, the ALM command had, does 1d6 plus 2 energy damage, and on the first attack, it does an additional 1d3 heat damage. It's a main rifle.
How many EP does it take?
1.
I wait for someone else to pick it up, and then I demand as commander that they give it to me.
I pick it up and hand it to the commander.
Well, there you go.
I
guess-
take my normal rifle and just throw it on the ground like it's trash.
Your assault rifle? Okay.
I guess
But-
out of the kindness of my heart, I'll actually turn it back on for him.
You don't have to.
I wait until he feels really proud of it, and then just gently remind him that it's not actually working.
Stomped on my assault rifle to break it.
It's okay. It's not like it did anything for you anyway.
Okay, so this is all taking you maybe like 20, 30 minutes while you wait for the transport to come back so that you can get out of here. Unfortunately, the transport's not coming back. It's not where it's supposed to be. And at a certain point, you're starting to think, maybe we should get out of here before the cavalry shows up.
Kane is all about getting out of here.
For Kane's idea to leave.
So what do you want to do? You want to keep waiting, or do you want to try and make an escape on your own and rendezvous with the...
Where else can
What-
we
what-
escape to?
Are we outside
you
the
can
base?
you can try to escape to the coast to the south, where you could attempt to rendezvous with the testy frogfish.
Yep, already going.
Yeah, let's do that.
Kane's out of here.
Okay. Just gonna grab these tokens, and in a moment I will move you over to a new map.
Ooh.
The last map of the evening.
You even hear him moving the map around on the table.
Okay.